Well, looky what we have here. This is Heshengping. Now, the reason I'm doing this video, I was actually looking forward to this video. I bumped it up over some of the ones that's probably more relevant than these, but this is something I was kind of excited to talk about. So a while back, I did a video on finding the lost girl. This was one of those little gems that I found, and it was really hard to keep finding it. It felt like it was always moving locations, but it was such a fun set and such a rare and unique set that I was really excited to talk about them. And something very unique that they did was they ended up releasing 2 sets where you could choose which tin you liked more. Then this tin ran out and all people had was this one, and now this one's pretty much gone. So these 2 things are gone, and when people would go to my link, it would pull up Heshengping. And they would ask me, is this the same pencil that your link, from Finding the Lost Girl, keeps on going to these pencils? And honestly, I didn't know. I didn't want to keep saying yes. The price was around the same. It fluctuates, but all in all, I was like, well, it looks the same, so let me check them out. So the very first thing I did is I found this. This is their smaller set, and I actually like this set a lot. It was really odd. I had never seen, the set was, if you look at the colors, the aesthetics of this is just very different. I was wanting so bad to rearrange these, and the only reason I didn't is specifically for this video, I wanted you to see them as they arrived. Normally, I would believe that this little flap would go over and protect the leads. And on top of that, these are in absolutely, there's no rhyme or reason to how these are ordered. I feel like the pencils just fell on the floor and the factory workers just shoved them in a random order. They're not in numerical, and they are definitely not in anything that represents a gradient order. So I thought that was very different, very unique. This one comes with a pencil extender, a sharpener, a eraser, and a graphite pencil, which I thought was pretty nice. And all in all, I really like this case, how it rolls up. It's easy to stick in your backpack. I used something like this recently. I think it was Grizzeye has an amazing little case that holds 72 pencils, which is fantastic. And I found myself like at a cafe with very little working room, and I was able to kind of stick this between my knees while I was coloring. And then when I'd open it, I could literally just kind of roll it like this until I found the colors I wanted. So I really like these cases a lot. I think it was very convenient, very practical. But I'm not really talking about this one. This is the smaller set. It is this piece of eye candy here that we're going to talk about today. This is Heshengping's 72 set. The case, though, is not personally appealing to me at all. I could see a lot of you really enjoying this, really enjoying these bright pastel, these vivid colors. The hot pink on the outside is nice. Again, this is not at all me. I do like the way it feels. It's very hefty. It has a really nice pad to it. It just feels very cushiony. I like the case. I just don't like the color. If we jump into it, comes with the same thing that the Finding the Lost Girl pencils came with. It's a little coloring book, but it's so, the print is so tiny on it, you can't really do anything with it. But they threw it in there, so what are you gonna do? A very, very almost unusable swatch sheet because it's so tiny, but again, I'd rather them have it than not have it. And finally, what we got here? Sketchbook. Now this is kind of nice. I haven't checked out the paper quality. Oh, it has black paper. That's nice. And this is not bad paper at all. You know what? This isn't bad. This is kind of cool they threw this in there, especially if you like to sketch like I do. If nothing else, for those of you who just use your fly by the seat of the pants swatch sheets, this might be good to scribble down your colors in. But this actually, okay, this is a good find. I like this. But let us look at the pencils. Again, we are dealing with the sharpener, the eraser, the pencil extender. This one also has a sander. These are fantastic. I used to use mine all the time. It's a bunch of sandpaper, and you could clean your pencil leads with it or sharpen your pencil. This is kind of nice. So the real thing that I'm wanting to point out The pencils, once again, let's see here, 46, 47. These are, yeah, they are. These are numerical order. That's fantastic. So these are in numerical order, and these are the Finding the Lost Girl pencils. When I started using them, I was so thrilled with the fact that they were Finding the Lost Girls. If you haven't seen my video on that, I'm going to put it at the end of this video. The pencils are beautiful. It is simply a diamond in the rough set. The pencils are just really nice to look at. They feel really good in your hands. It's just the quality control on these are higher than I would expect them to be. These are a prettier pencil, dare I say, than Prismacolor Premier, which you could see the stamps are sideways. Like, this looks like this actually has a good quality control. Let me pull out the other set. So here is the Finding the Lost Girl set. Beautiful, beautiful case. Let's just look at one of them here. Now, these are not numbered. They only have draw your inspiration on them, but it's a very pretty pencil. It has a nice thick clear coat on it. It has the gold band in the back, the gold inlaid for the text. Just a beautiful pencil. These are the same, except still, now this doesn't have drawing your dream, but it has artist color pencil, it has Heshengping, and then the best part, it has an organization number. Nothing else on it, just like this really had nothing else on it. Here's where this lands, in my opinion. This, because it is numbered, if I had the choice, organization numbers will make or break a color pencil for me. And this has it, and Finding the Lost Girl does not. So it's one of those things that I would see, knowing hindsight, I would have went out and got a couple of the 10s. These were such cheap pencils. You could find these at one point for $8. I think people were even posting online that they'd made comments on my channel about getting them as cheap as $6. And they are, I mean, if you look at it, it is a spectacular case. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous tin. Both of them are really beautiful. The tin alone, I would pay $6 for to store other pencils in. So couple that with the fact that these pencils are just as beautiful. They are numbered. I would just personally get rid of the case and stick them in the Finding the Lost Girl tin, just because that's how my brain works. I want everything to be perfect. Let us look at the swatch sheets. Now here, this sheet has not been updated. I have a better updated in my swatch bundle, but this sheet, it shows all the colors. Normally, I do not make swatch sheets for pencils when they do not have organization numbers, or at the very least when they don't have names. The only reason I did it for this one was A, because I really, really like these pencils, and B, they came in such an order in the tin that all I had to do is lay them down. This is the order they came in. This is the exact order they came in. I put the spaces where they would best go. But if we take a look at the exact same colors, now with organization numbers, look how beautiful this palette is. This is just mouth-watering delicious. It's very nice here, but here it just looks like a lot of bright colors. Here, it now takes that step up where it is more of a professional quality, where we have our groupings of color, because this has a beautiful, beautiful set of yellows into oranges. Your oranges go into that beautiful maroon, that deep, deep brick red. Your browns are not to be lacking. Your browns go from your orange ochre all the way to that dark, deep bark brown. Your greens are there where it's the pine and goes to the olive, then to your bright greens, your true greens. It has, again, for 72 pencils, your blues are gorgeous. You have your aquas. Your purples are not lacking. There's more purples in this set than I have in some of my 120 sets. And they still give you a fantastic section of grays. It is just a beautiful, beautiful palette. And the pencils work, you know, because we're dealing with the exact same core, these pencils are such a diamond in the rough. I had used them again just for this video, and I had forgotten how much I love them. It's one of those, you know, I hadn't used my Prismacolors in a long time, and I guess in my head, I had built them up to something they weren't. You know, at this point, I just kind of believe they're an overpriced color pencil riding the coattails of what they used to be. And when I jumped from my Prismacolors into the Finding the Lost Girls, or in this case, the Heshengping, I would choose the Heshengping. I just like the way they perform more. Now, Prismacolors definitely have a way better. Prismacolors has a phenomenal color palette with its 150 colors. So you're not going to find that here. But for a 72 set of colors, these things they run the gambit of the colors that you actually need in everyday practical coloring. I simply love mine. Now, let me be clear, because anytime I say anything negative about Prismacolor, I feel like the mob's gonna come after me. This is my personal opinion. I who colors every day, multiple times a day for these videos and just for projects, I know what I personally like, and I know what I like is not gonna be for everybody. And I know some people will live and die by that sword that is Prismacolor. I get it. I'm not bashing on Prismacolor. I'm just saying, as far as my bang for its buck, as far as pound for pound, worth its weight in gold, if I'm talking about the price per quality, I am gonna go with Heshengping 9 out of 10 times, just because I personally like how they perform. So if you missed out on getting a set of Finding the Lost Girls when they had the 10, don't be afraid to jump out there and go ahead and get your hands on a Heshengping set of pencils with this new pink case. Or if you want the smaller set, that's a beautiful case as well. I gotta be honest, this is one of my favorite sets, and it is one of the cheapest.
Sugar Solito.